Welcome to Tesla Live to Learn. In previous lecture, I have discussed about EMF equation of DC generator. In this video, I am going to solve some problems on EMF equation. So let us recall what is the EMF equation. EMF equation EG equal to P phi NZ by 60A, where P is number of poles, Q is flux per pole in Weber, and N is speed in RPM, Z is total number of conductors, and A is number of parallel paths in which these Z number of conductors are arranged. Okay, I think I told that unit of flux per pole is Weber per meter square. So please excuse me for that. The phi equal to flux per pole in Weber. Okay, please take care of units while solving problems also. Otherwise, you will end up with the wrong answer. So therefore, the EMF equation E equal to P phi NZ by 60A. And the number of parallel paths is depend on type of winding. Okay, if it is a lap wound machine, the number of parallel paths are equal to number of poles. If it is a wave wound machine, number of parallel paths are equal to 2. And we have seen what is the lap winding and what is the wave winding in construction video. Okay, and if you observe that particular picture in that construction video, you'll know about lap winding and wave winding. The only difference is end connections with the commutator segments. Okay, I hope you have understood all those things. And in this video I am going to solve a few problems. Let us go to problem number 1. A 2-pole DC generator has 120 conductors in each parallel path. The speed of machine is 1200 rpm and flux per pole is 0.02 Weber. What is the induced EMF? We have got N, phi, P, and we don't have Z and A. They didn't mention Z and A. Instead of that, what they have mentioned has 120 conductors in each parallel path. So they have mentioned Z by A value. What is Z by A? Number of parallel paths is A and number of conductors is Z. So the number of conductors in each parallel path is Z by A. They have mentioned that the value of Z by A is 120. So it is very easy. Now just we need to substitute the values. Eg equal to P phi NZ by 60A. What is the P? 2. What is the phi? 0.02 Weber. And what is the N? 1200 rpm by 60. What is Z by A value? Which is 120. Important word, 120. So if we calculate the value, what we will get? 60 once and twice. Therefore 2 into 12 into 2 and 12 and 2. So there will be 4 12 the 90, 12 4 the 48, 48 2 the 96 voltage. Okay, we just substituted P phi N 60 and they have mentioned Z by A value as 120. We just substituted that, cancelled by 2 times, 2 and this decimal points cancelled, 2 2 12 and 2, 2 to the 4 4 12 the 48 and 48 to the 96 volt. This is the value of induced EMF. Now let us come to question number 2. In a 6-pole DC generator, the ratio of induced EMF in lap wound to wave wound. So he asked what is the ratio of induced EMF when it is lap wounded and when it is wave wounded. We require E lap wound is to E wave wound. Okay, if we observe the equation, this equation, generated EMF is inversely proportional to number of parallel paths, and we all know that number of parallel paths in lap wound machine is equal to number of poles, and number of parallel paths in wave wound machine is 2. So the relationship will be EL by EW equal to AW by AL. So what is the parallel paths in wave winding? 2. What is the parallel paths, number of parallel paths in lap winding, which is equal to number of poles, that is 6. So 1 by 3. EL is to EW equal to 1 is to 3 will be the our required answer. We just used this relationship, and generated EMF is inversely proportional to number of parallel paths. So therefore EA is constant value. From that we got EL by EW equal to AW by AL. A is nothing but number of parallel paths in machine. If it is a lap wound machine, it is equal to number of poles, and if it is a wave wound machine, it is equal to 2. So the ratio of EL is to EW equal to 1 is to 3. Now let us come to question number 3. 8-pole wave wound DC generator has 32 coils, 4 turns in each coil, okay, and phi 0.06 and N is 250 rpm, and this is some special case. If they don't mention, we'll consider that there is one turn and there are 2 conductors in each turn. When if they don't mention the values, number of turns in coils, we'll consider one turn and 2 conductors in each turn. But in this particular problem, they have mentioned that there are 4 turns in each coil and there are 32 coils in armature winding. So the number of conductors Z will be Z equal to number of coils 32 into number of turns in the coil 4 into number of conductors in each turn 2. This will be the total number of conductors in this particular DC machine. We found out the Z value first, and Z equal to 32 is nothing but coils, 4 is nothing but number of turns in coils, and 2 is number of conductors in each turn. So 32 coils into number of turns 4 into 2 conductors in each turn. So there will be this one, and it is a wave wound machine. A equal to 2. So what will be the value of generated EMF EG equal to P phi NEZ by 60A. Let us substitute that values. EG equal to P 8-pole machine, phi 0.06, N 250, Z 32 into 4 into 2 by 60, A is 2. So what will be the answer? We'll cancel this one, and 6, this will be 0.01 times, and what will be remaining terms? 8 into 0.01 into 32 into 4 into these 2 will get cancelled, okay, into 25 4s are 100, that 100 will get cancelled by this 0.01. Now 32 into 8 will be the induced EMF. What is the answer? 250 256 volts. Okay, please remember these things. We just found out the total number of conductors in this machine, which are equal to 32 number of coils into number of turns in each coil 4 into total number of conductors in one turn, that is in 2. So this is the total number of this is 2, don't get confused, it is 2. So this is the Z value, and we have substituted all those values in E equal to P phi NEZ by 60A. We got the value as 256. Generated EMF in this particular problem is 256 volt. Okay, I think you have understood this problem, and next we'll move to fourth problem. A 4-pole lap wound machine has armature resistance of 1 ohm. If machine rewounded for wave winding, then a new armature resistance. This is a design oriented problem, and we know that if it is a lap wound machine, the number of parallel paths are equal to number of poles, which is equal to 4, and the equivalent armature resistance given value when it is lap wound is 1 ohm. If we draw the equivalent value, there will be 4 parallel paths in the armature, and the equivalent resistance value is 1 ohm. Okay, then what will be the resistance of each parallel path? If n equal resistors are connected in parallel, then the equivalent resistance will be the value of resistance by n, just parallel combination of resistors. Okay, therefore resistance of each parallel path will be what? We need to find out that. So resistance of a parallel path by 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 parallel paths gives armature resistance in lap wound, so which will be 1 ohm. Now what is the resistance of parallel path? Each parallel path, resistance of parallel path equal to 1 into 4, which is 4 ohms. Now it is rewounded for wave winding. What is the number of parallel paths in wave winding? A equal to 2. Now resistance of each parallel path is 4, and these resistance are connected in 2 parallel paths. So there will be 2 parallel paths in wave winding. So armature resistance when it is wave wounded equal to resistance of each parallel path 4 by number of parallel paths are equal to 2, which is equal to 2 ohm. This type of problems are important ones, and I have covered I think I have covered 4 different kinds of problems. So in next video we'll see some more problems. Okay, this is R parallel, R parallel, R parallel, R parallel. There are 4 parallel paths in lap wound machine and 2 parallel paths in wave wound machine. We just find out the resistance of each parallel path. Just we applied a parallel combination of resistors to get resistance of each parallel path, and from that we converted that value to wave winding armature. In wave winding armature there will be 2 parallel paths, so the value of resistance is 2 ohm. I hope you like this video. If you learn any new things in this video, please mention in comment section, and I have given the unit of flux as Weber per meter square in previous video. So please make a correction. Flux per pole will be in Webers. Okay. The unit of flux density is Weber per meter square. I hope you understand that, and please make a correction in that one. Thank you for watching video, and if you like this video, please share, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel Tesla Live to Learn. Thank you very much.